And some business stories, the financial expert has warned that the current upward inflationary trend in Nigeria is likely to persist all through the second quarter of the year. A strategy and portfolio manager with Afri-Invest West Africa, Mr. Temitope Omoshiri, disclosed this earlier on our flagship business program, Business Nigeria, while reacting to inflation figures for the month of March.
The expectation is that the trend is likely to continue within the next 2 months before we'll begin to see some deceleration. In fact, the CBN had thought that inflation will peak at 33% in May, but it seems the shock we saw at the FS market has taken a toll on prices. So it seems the peak has jumped ahead of the CBN's view, which means that we may see a higher level of inflation before, we begin to turn the curve on the very hot numbers we are currently seeing. That is, if you analyze it on month-to-month basis, if you analyze the month-to-month, food inflation is over 50%. And if you go down, drill down to commodity price watch that is usually released by the MBS, food inflation is actually over 100%. It's over 100%. As a matter of fact, the top food items that are consumed by Nigerians, according to the MBS, they've gone up by over 100%. So that shows the severe pressure on inflation in Nigeria.
The paper industry has been described as Nigeria's cash cow after crude oil, if properly harnessed and given the attention needed by the government and other stakeholders across the country. This comes at a business roundtable and inauguration of the World Envelope Day by FAE at its anniversary in Lagos. Sunday Binibo attended the roundtable event and filed in this report.
Inaugurating the World Envelopes.
That was the unveiling and declaration of April 16 as World Envelope Day, the first in West Africa by a major industry player in Nigeria. Organizers here say the declaration is aimed at raising awareness about the significance and important role the paper industry plays across various sectors of the economy and the contribution of envelopes in human activity and information consumption.
The inauguration of the World Envelope Day is not just a Nigerian or African thing. It is a global footprint, which is a major accomplishment. The paper industry has a profound economic impact across all sectors of the economy. The value chain is even more impactful, with millions of jobs created in the paper industry value chain. This includes the pulping, the paper production, printing, marketing, publishing, logistics, etc.
Paper industry contributes to the preservation of Nigeria's cultural heritage. Physical books, manuscripts, and documents are vital for achieving and conserving historical records.
Highlighting some of the challenges faced in the paper industry, they say government at all levels need to support the manufacturing sector through the implementation of favorable business environment, efficient energy supply, and help in promoting the cultivation of raw materials for production in the country.
Paper can be Nigeria's second oil. We need a lot of investment when it comes to the paper industry. If you look at the Finland, the Portugal, all these Scandinavian countries, paper contributed at least, if not number one, number two, on their own GDP.
There is also the high issue of inadequacy of power, because it's also power intensive, and you have access to credit. As you know, the interest rate now is beyond 30%, and it's very difficult for local industries to be able to source credit at that and produce profitably.
World Envelope Day will serve as a global platform to highlight the importance of envelopes in communication, track the evolution of envelope designs, and showcase environmental sustainability initiatives in envelope manufacturing.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Customs Service, the Lillypond Export Command, has driven a significant surge in trade activities, with exports totaling an impressive $236 million in the first quarter of 2024. This represents a 42% increase compared to the same period in 2023. Senior correspondent Ifunaya Eze reports.
The Comptroller, Customs Lillypond Command, Ajibola Udusoya, attributes the remarkable surge to strategic measures and the dedicated efforts of officers. Providing a detailed breakdown of export activities, he revealed that a wide range of commodities, including agricultural produce, manufactured goods and solid minerals, accounted for the processing of 5,891 containers during the review period. Comparing the first quarters of 2023 and 2024, he highlighted a substantial 44% increase in containers processed and a corresponding 42% surge in export commodity value.
The comparative analysis reveals a substantial growth trajectory in first quarter 2024 compared to the corresponding period in 2023. Total container processed in 2024 first quarter surged by 44%. Export commodities value also surged by 42% to $236,087,888 as against $154,449,566 $39 recorded in 2023 first quarter, underlining the sustained momentum in export performance.
Comptroller Udusoya clarified customs export clearance processes, emphasizing that procedures are now concluded within hours as part of the trade facilitation mandate.
We have so many satellite offices, satellite terminals, some of them called export processing terminals. We have officers stationed there 24 hours. That is where we have goods that can be stuffed, unstuffed, weighed, repackaged, this and that. Officers are there to perform the role of custom there, examination, and immediately they do the examination. It doesn't take more than 15 or maybe 1 hour.
He also encouraged further export initiatives, noting that customs has implemented effective strategies to streamline export business processes. Ifunanya Eze, TVC News, Lagos.
Wrapping up business, the stock market closed in red following sustained losses on investments due to persistent sales pressure. If you get up reports, we'll be back with sports news.
Stock prices at the NGX exchange have come down again in market sectors following sales pressure. Some stockholders continue to offload holdings for cash. The trade index closed lower by a drop of 1.04%, indicating losses on investments. Access Holdings carried the biggest price loss calculated above 8% in response to weak trades on its shares. Low trade fortunes also affected First Bank Holdings, MTN Nigeria, UBA, and Wapco Lafarge. Looking to the windows of price value takers, we saw Morrison Pharmaceuticals, Thomas Way, Universal Insurance, Omatech Computers, and Veritas Capital. The volume of deals crossed on the floor moved above 400 million units of shares, drawing over 8 billion naira in investment value. Market analysts say that the shedding of weight by some companies may trigger actions across market sectors. Ifyong Ekop, TVC News, Lagos.